everyone, this is Alisha Costanzo and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing with my TBR game. Alisha's TBR game. That's what I call it because I don't know what else to call it. I made it up after Boo's Castle from Mario Party 8 on Wii. So if you'd like to know the rules or my board or any of that stuff, you can check out the linked playlist in the description box below. Anyways, I'm feeling good about this month because I've almost read all of my things from March, so let's get on to April and see what my game has in store for me. Alright guys, let's get on to roll number 1. Roll number 1. So roll number 1 is a 5-star prediction, and I'm going to put up my little wheel here that I use for my 5-star predictions, and let's see what I get. So I filled this up with most things from either my waitlist for my library or my 21 before 2021, even though I have a jar for that, I still put those on there. And I put some others that I thought from some YouTube predictions that I've seen. So my wheel chose Gideon the Ninth by Tasman Muir. I know that there's witchcraft in this, there's like scythes or something of that, so reapers or something dangerous and dark, and I've heard good things about it. I really don't know a lot about what this book is about. Again, it was suggested on YouTube, so this is part of the series that I'm doing, that I'm going to vlog for my YouTube recommendations. And I'm glad to get it on the list because I've been waiting for it for a while. So, alright, let's get on to roll number 2. Roll number 2. So roll number 2 is start a box set, and I scrolled through all the box sets that I have gotten for free from my BookBub subscription, and I found one that sounded really cool, that I'm really into romance right now, and kind of a kinkier erotic romance, as well as like being thrillers and all these other things. So I'm trying to find like what kind of romance I really like, because I know I like romance and I know I like smutty romance. I found Montana Promises by Avella Day, and this is a male-female romance, and there's some thriller stuff in it, like she is suspected for murder and one of the two men is one of the detectives trying to pin the murder on her while this other one's trying to help her, and that's going to create some really fun tension, I think. I'm pretty excited about how this is going to go. It's pretty short, and if I don't like it, I'll DNF it. I don't have a problem doing that, so I'm looking forward to giving this a try. So yeah, alright, let's get on to roll number 3. Roll number 3. 1, 2, 3. So roll number 3, I pulled the Witch card, and that just means it has to have something witchy in the book, whether that's the prime source of stuff or not. And so I have Bloodbound by Patricia Briggs. Not only has this been one of my holds for a while, but it's one of my 21 before 21, and I know there's a witch heavy in the plot of this one, so I'm pretty excited about it. It's number 2 in, oh, what series is that? Hold on, let's check what series that is. So it's number 2 in the Mercy Thompson, hi kitty. So it's number 2 in the Mercy Thompson series, and let me actually give you a description of what this is, because this one sounded really good when I read it earlier. Now Mercy finds herself in the middle of a bloodbath with only one way out. Mercy has friends in low places and in dark ones, and now she owes one of them a favor. Since she can shapeshift at will, she agrees to act as some extra muscle when her vampire friend Stefan goes to deliver a message to another of his kind. But this new vampire is hardly ordinary, and neither is the demon inside of him. When the undead and werewolves sent to find him don't return, the local vampire queen turns to Mercy for help. A coyote is no match for a demon, but Mercy is determined to get her friends back, including the 2 werewolves who circle her heart. Alright. That sounds pretty interesting. Is that witchy? Is that witchy enough is a good question. I know one of the main characters is a witch, and so therefore I kind of want to count it. Ooh, this is where I got it from. So one of the reviewers from Publishers Weekly said, a sorcerer turned vampire wreaks havoc on Washington's tri-cities, causing death, destruction, and a paranormal face-off in the second of Briggs series featuring Mercy Thompson. That's where I got it from. So yes, totally into reading this book. The last one was a 4.5 or a 5-star. Yeah, we're happy. We're happy. All right, let's get on to roll number 4. Roll number 4. So roll number 4 is one of my starts with ... So I have a wheel and we're going to spin it and we're going to see what letter we get. So let's put that up there. Let's start the wheel spinning. So to explain a little bit, I'm going to use whatever letter this is to determine either the first main word in the book title or the last name of the author. So whatever works best for me at the time as I'm going through things is what I'm going to use. We got a Y. And I have one of the books that I've been wanting to read for 2021 that has a Y in it, and it's perfect. And it is The Year of Witching by Alexis Henderson. I don't know a lot about this other than it's witchy, obviously. It's like a witch trials type of setting, a little bit more historical, a little bit paranormal. And I've heard Books on Lala talk about it, which was weird because I put it on my list before Books on Lala talked about it, and then she talked about it. I'm like, okay, now I gotta read this even more. So it is on my list. I'm excited to read this. I don't really need to know much more about it, so we're going to go on to our next roll, which is roll number 5. So let's get to it. Roll number 5. So roll number 5 is I should have read by now. So if you don't know, I do not read a lot of classics. I'm not well read in literary fiction, in historical fiction, in any of the things that they try to teach you in school, unless it's a specialized class. So a lot of those things that a lot of English teachers and people who have English degrees, I have 2 English degrees. I have a bachelor's degree in English and a master's degree in creative writing, and I've not read a lot of things that a lot of people are like, you should have read that. You really should have. It's what I have this jar for. This is my Tina jar, because a lot of the times when I think about reading those books, those classics, that's what I'm thinking is I don't want to. So let's pick one of the should have read by now books. I have plenty. Most of them are ones from my library for audiobooks, so I can get through them a little bit better. That's the hope. So thank you, Tina. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, it's a really long one. I don't know if we can get this to focus. Okay, well, it is Do Androids Dream of Electronic Sheep. I am actually really excited to read this one, and that's because I had a fellow teacher who used to teach this story, I think it's a novella or a short story, to his class as a part of satirical analysis lessons, and I taught satirical analysis too, but I never read this one, so I am pretty excited to actually get to read this, and they do have it at my library, and yes. Oh, such a good roll. So, thank you, Tina. She's my buddy. That is one of my favorite cups, by the way. My husband bought me because he knows I like Bob's Burgers. Alright, let's get on to roll number 6. And roll number 6. Oh, I got a doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going that way. So roll number 6 should have been our last roll, but we got a doubles. So yeah, okay, we can do this. We can survive. We can survive this. I got a really fun pick though. I got cyberpunk. So I've been trying to needle away into these genres that I don't usually read a whole lot in, and punk ones are one of those. So cyberpunk, I actually chose Ready Player One, because cyberpunk is this kind of futuristic game-like scenarios that we have, and so Ready Player One by Ernest Cline is going to be my pick for this. I don't know a whole lot about this, except for a lot of people talk about this book, and Wil Wheaton reads it. And if you don't know who that is, he was on Star Trek, and I love Star Trek. So, I mean, Star Trek Star Trek Next Generation, just to be clear, with Picard, the best one. I'm telling you, the best one. I'm just excited to listen to this and see what all the hype is about. I'm probably not going to read Booktube because a lot of people are talking about how disappointing that is. But anyways, excited to get number 1 on my list. So, alright, let's get on to what is hopefully our last roll. Hopefully. Roll on number 7. So our last roll is Ray Punk, which is very similar to our cyberpunk. It's a little bit different in genres. So what I know is different about Ray Punk is that it is actually that kind of Star Trek-y vibe, and it might be surrealism. It's kind of this Ray culture and other things. And so I went with the surrealist feel of this, and I chose something that's been on my wait list for a while, and that is Wanderers by Chuck Wendick. And I've read one of his other stories before. I really, really liked it. I think I gave it a 4. It wasn't one of my 5-star reads, but that's more of it. Things got really weird and I didn't like where it was left off, but it's a series, so I probably should just read the next one and stop crying about it. But this is about, I believe it's sisters, and one girl starts sleepwalking and her sister can't wake her up, and she just keeps walking like on this journey. She knows where she's going, and her sister wants to keep her out of danger, and they keep coming across all these other people who are also sleepwalking, and the companions who are trying to keep them out of danger. And it just sounds so super cool. And it's surreal, and it's kind of like an alternate reality. So my camera filled up, or my phone storage filled up. Sorry about that. But it's just a surreal, really cool kind of environment, and I am totally into that vibe. So I'm pretty excited about Wanderers by Chuck Wendick. Okay, since my thing's full, I better get done with this pretty fast. That was my last roll. Let me know if you are going to try any of these prompts. What are you reading this month? Do you have a reading game, a TBR game? I would love if you tell me about it in the comments below. I will totally come watch one of those videos, and maybe you'll get a new subscriber. Who knows? I like to watch things like that even months after people put them up because I'm a weirdo like that. Yes. Anyways, just tell me what's going on. What have you read? What are you reading? What have you loved? What have you hated? I have quite a few opinions that I'm going to be sharing pretty soon. And if you have a 5-star prediction, by the way, or recommendation, please tell me about it. I love recommendations. I'm going to stop being really speedy talker now and just go do other things that I gotta do. I'm gonna go read sexy stories to my mom, which sounds really weird, but she's my beta reader, so I'm gonna go read my erotica story to her. We have that kind of relationship. Alright, anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. I love you for being here. I will see you later. Bye!